Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to answer a viewer's question. This is a subject that a lot of people probably have trouble with. And it's something called user programs. Uh, I have a number of videos out there on user programs, how to create them, and so forth. But this is a little different type question, uh, and it's a valid question. It's something that you should be able to we should be able to answer. So anyway, I put together a PowerPoint which will hopefully explain this because picture's worth 1,000 words. So hopefully that will help. Let me share my screen. Okay, you should be seeing the PowerPoint at this point. So first, user programs. How can we use multiples? And I'm not talking about U1A or U4B or those. I'm talking about a whole set. How do we use multiple sets of these? Because that's really what the question is. Okay. There are 8 programs in each quote set. And the FR-1x, we're limited. The FR-8x has, I don't know, 1,400 user programs that you can put in. The 1x has 8. That's what we have to deal with. But there's a lot more than 8 possibilities that you might want to do. You might, for example, want to have a whole group for country music where, okay, I want to play, I'm going somewhere or I'm interested in hearing country sounds. So you create one for country sounds. You might create another one for Yankovic polkas. Okay. You might create another one for romantic songs. You're limited only by really your imagination. What do you want your accordion to sound like? Now you have 8. Now you could also have one as, quote, general purpose. So it will do a lot of different things. You might have like a French musette, a Yankovic type, so Cleveland style. You could have a lot of different things. But anyway, the idea is, how do we use multiples of these? Okay, so the user question, and I'm paraphrasing here, is something to the effect this. I have a UP1. Well, UP1 is the file extension used by the FR-1x for user programs. So I have a UP1 file that has 8 user programs in it that I purchased. Now, this is really kind of a key. He doesn't want to lose something he's already paid for. If you've created it, you also don't want to lose something you've created because, it may have taken you 10 hours to create this set. You have it exactly the way you want. You don't want to lose it by overwriting it. Okay, so back to the question. So I have this user file. I like 6 of them, but I'd like to replace 2 with something that I like better. Can I somehow deal with this? What can I do? All right, so here we're going to talk a little bit about this. So for example, and I'm just using this as an example. Let's say that he purchased this one and it came in the UP1 file 001.up1. Okay. And I am showing you here on the screen, okay, he wants to keep those 6 and he wants to replace these 2. It could be anywhere in there. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Okay, but we want to do that. So we want to keep 6, replace 2. Okay, so what do you do? Well, here are the steps. Step 1. Okay, now you have all 8 already there. So you take it out of user programs and you get to the accordion or orchestral or organ or whatever. You create a new sound. So you set your bass, you set the drums, you set dual, solo, whatever. You create a new program, a new sound that we want, and we're going to put that in 4A. All right. So now you don't want to do anything with the other sets. Now, all you have to do is create it. Now save it. So you save the user program that you just created, and you do that by holding the button, holding the user program button until it begins to flash. Now, I'm just going to back up here. Right here is the user program button, if you don't know where it is. Press and hold that, and the screen will begin to flash, and it's asking you where you want to put it. So the button will splash, and then you're going to press register 4. It'll say 4A. If you press it again, it will say 4B. If you wanted to replace 1A, you would press register 1 time. Okay. So once you get it to 4A, we want this to be our new 4A. Okay, it says 4A, you hit the blue button, the select button, the select register. It's now saved. Okay, get out of user programs, boom, create your second one, whatever that one is. Maybe this one has, I don't know, drums added, whatever it is. You do the same process. You hold the user program button until it flashes. This time you will hit register 4 till it's at U4B. And then hit the select button. You now, at this point, you have all 8 user programs that you now want. The 6 that you had originally, and the 2 that you're using to replace. So now you need to save that. Now, let me point this out. If you turn the accordion off, do whatever, it's all there. It's fine. It's not an issue. But we want to save these. So we're going to save this to your own UP1 file. So it's there for you in the future. So you press and hold the select register, it's the blue one, and you'll get the menu. Now, depending on what you have done, it may start at the beginning or wherever you've done something. Anyway, you're going to press register 3 or 4. If you just turned on and it's at the beginning of the list, you're going to press 4 until you find SA, and it kind of looks like a U. But that's the save. Then you will press registers 1 or 2 to find the next available name. I'm going to say you're going to press register 2. It's going to recommend a number for you. So if you have 001 already on there, it's going to suggest 002. Once you have that, press the enter button. That's the round one. It says enter. And that's going to save it. When it is done, it's going to save it to the flash drive. When it's done, it's going to say done. You've just saved it. Now it's still in the accordion, but you now have it on your flash drive. So at this point, we've saved 002.up1. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you either need paper and pencil, you need to put it on a word processor, a spreadsheet, something. because you're going to have to actually tell, you're going to write down, I should have highlighted this, you're going to write down what they are, what's in 002, and what each one is. And right now you're going, why would I waste my time? You'll see in a moment. So, and I just made these up. Had nothing to do because I don't care what these are. But these are now the 8 that you have. The 8 that you have. So you've got a Master Alpine in solo mode in user program 1B. You have a Master Alpine in dual mode with a tenor sax, blah, blah, blah. You can read all these. So we've replaced U4A and 4B. So we've written these down. So we now know what they are. Great. Oops. Let me get to where I'm supposed to be. Hit the scroll bar. I may be mouse challenged here. Okay. So there we are. Why? Well, let's say your original 001, just using this as an example, those 6 he wanted to keep. Boom, there they are. We're keeping those. But let's just say the original was a Highland. That's the bagpipes. So let's just say that was a bagpipe, and 4B was an alto sax with drums. Just whatever. Okay, those were the 2 that got replaced. We replaced them with these, the same slide as I had before. Okay, so the original, you've got the Highland. The new one, you replaced it with like a bandoneon in dual mode with tenor sax. Okay. If you don't write down what they are, this is what your screen is going to look like. When you go to your USB, you're going to have a 000.up1, a 001.up1. So in this case, if you look, I have 5 different sets of 8 user programs. I want my Yankovic. I feel like playing just because. And I want that Yankovic sound. Which one do I go to? Was it this guy? What was it this guy? If you don't have them actually written down, you're out of luck. It's trial and error. You're not going to know what you are looking for. That's why it's important to write down this list. This is what's here. This is what's here. You know, if you don't, you're going to be spinning your wheels. And I hate to pay for the same real estate twice. Okay? Because there you go. If 002, if I don't know that that's an Alpine in solo mode on 1A, I'm not going to know when I should use it. When should I load that one? So details are important, guys. I tell that to my students all the time. Details are important. Okay. Now, okay, I now want to get the 8 user programs that I have in 001, 000 back. How do I do that? You press and select the register, the blue one. Yeah, press the select register, sorry, the blue register, and you hold it until you get the menu. You are then going to press register 3 or 4, depending on where you are in the list. 4 takes you down, 3 takes you up the list, till you see UPG. UPG. Once you do that, you're then going to press register 1 or 2 to find the file name that you want. If you were looking for 000, you're going to press the 1 or 2 until you see 000. If you wanted 004, you would press till you see 004. Then you're going to press the round enter button. That's going to go ahead and load all 8. So it's going to erase all 8 of those. When it says done, all 8 have been replaced. All 8 of them. Okay. So you actually have 8 user programs. You get to them by pressing the user program button. And you can have these, like I said in the beginning. Okay, if you wanted a Yankovic, if you had 8 different Yankovic accordion sounds or Cleveland style. So you might have some Cleveland style, some Milwaukee style, some other things. You can have those there. Okay. That's how you get to them. So there are 8 programs that you can use. Each one stores information about your treble, excuse me, bass, orchestral, organ. Great for making a playlist. If you haven't already done so, please hit the like and subscribe down below. And again, I must just be long-winded because I didn't mean for this to take this long. I thought it was going to be a 5-minute video. Hopefully, this has explained it. And you know what? It's going to be out there. It's going to be on YouTube for posterity. So anyone who gets an FR-1x in the future will at least have some reference here as to what they can do with it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and it's been helpful. Keep playing.